That's not how the Force works. I don't care!
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks out, and it probably sticks out for everybody, which is that, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
What are you talking about?
Put a chicken in it and make her name it gay!
G'day guys and welcome back to Casual Rage. Prepare to start the show, R2. This is where the fun begins. Yo! G'day guys and welcome to Casual Rage 252, where we casually rage out about the topics of the week, and we're on for the new day. The new day, the new time slot. What do you all think? Let me know. I hope it's good. We're obviously not surrounded by 100,000 other people streaming. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there streaming, but not in our little corner of the internet, it doesn't seem. It seems to be a little bit more of a freer time slot. I hope you're all doing well. We've got a little bit to go over. Because of how messed up I was on Flashcast this weekend, just gone. Like, I went on a fishing trip with the boys. We ended up getting pretty hammered the night before. And then we sort of had a little bit of a fish, and then on the Sunday morning, and then sort of just drove back. We were all feeling a bit seedy. After the night before, we had a big, long night fish. So it was good. But then, I got back, and as soon as I actually walked in the door, the stream went down. I'm like, holy shit. Like, what's happened? And then I went back, and I'm looking in my notifications and everything. It wasn't there. So, ended up jumping on, but like I was still feeling seedy, and then I had a couple of shots for the super chats, and that wiped me. I felt retarded. I don't even know what I came in and said before I left, but it sort of like took everybody off guard. That's all I really remember. Steph going Rhino or something. I know what I did. So because of that, I want to talk a little bit more about the quartering stuff. I don't know if we'll continue like into next week and talking about him. It's sort of in regards to it being so far out in the zeitgeist of everybody. I mean, everybody's still paying attention, but I just don't think everybody's necessarily talking about it as much. the people that are fully involved, like the Kino Casino guys, are obviously going to continue covering it and talking about it. But I don't know. The news cycle seems to move pretty damn quickly, doesn't it? Doesn't it? And then we've also got the Pragmata stuff that I don't even know if we actually got to that on Flashcast. And then yeah, we've just got some Star Wars stuff to talk about, leading up to obviously the Mandalorian and Grogu, and they've got the Maul show out, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. It's so funny. I watched the 2 episodes this week and last week of Maul, and like as soon as I finish watching them, it's almost like I forget what I've seen. It's not that bad, but it's just not Star Wars. It's Disney Star Wars. It's a completely different thing. And although they might take some elements and maybe some good elements from actual Star Wars, it doesn't change that. It doesn't change any of that. Anyway, let's quickly go through the chat and say hello and see what we've got here. We've got OG Star Wars coming in at the very beginning. Normally, when we do it on the Thursdays, she must be able to sort of hang around a little bit more. How you doing, Alora? And yes, please, guys, smash that like button. Caleb, no. It's so funny. I jumped in Tuesday night's main event, and all I hear is all of them going, no. It's awesome, though. It's funny. Because you know what's the funniest part about the whole no thing? Is like, I can't change the way I say no, but I hear it now, and I don't care. But I do hear it, and it annoys me because even like I might not even be streaming. I might just be at work, and a customer asks me a question, does this car come with this? And I'm like, oh, no, it doesn't. And I'll almost start laughing. I got to stop myself. Cell Shade, it's time to rage. It is time to rage. Nitrium, how you doing? Good to see you. Mike Hill, always the great Mike Hill, helping me out every week with some topics. Black Cane, late and gay. Yeah, I was a little bit late. Just a little bit. Decrepit, how you doing? Synthetic Designs, what up? Melissa Lord, good to see you. Kevin, Camelot, how you doing, brother? Thanks for the raid again last week. I really do appreciate that. All the support from everyone has been like really awesome, so I really appreciate it. How was your weekend? Oh, that's going to be a meme that just lives just lives on forever, isn't it? If you know, you know. It's one of those ones. So how you do? No, how's your weekend? No one can recreate it quite as well as him actually just doing it. Because no one's like, I don't know. If you're thinking about it, I guess, no one's that retarded. Quartering drama is more interesting than current Star Wars. Pragmata is fantastic. Yeah, well, I think everything these days is more interesting than Star Wars. Way more interesting. We got Soul Assassin in the chat. How you doing, Soul Assassin? We got SWA Derek Lopez. How you doing? Hello there. Dude, you're the best. We've got the Geek Blend. How you doing, Jeff? Good to see you. Good evening, mate. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. I'm actually doing really good. Work has been flat out. And I will say it's because our petrol prices went up and then a heap of people came in and just started buying EVs. I still think that some of them have made a mistake. Not all of them, but some of them. Just because they're not doing enough driving to warrant the expense of the higher premium that you pay for an EV over a petrol. Despite the petrol costs. It just doesn't add up. The numbers just don't add up. But no, work's been going really well. Like this month, I've sold 25 cars. Which, like, if you can almost be selling a car of the day, you're elite in the car sales world. You never really go beyond a car a day by the time you get to the end of each month. I just hate how each month just resets and you're back to zero again. But it's been good, dude. I hope you're doing good. Good to hear. I hope you're doing well, Jeff. I hope you're doing well. With all his rage, Maul should have swiped the floor with the Inquisitors. I just find it funny that that Maul's motivation sort of changes. I mean, in Rebels, his motivation is still his revenge for Obi-Wan. But in this show, he realizes that his revenge actually shifts away from Obi-Wan and towards the Emperor. Now, he's obviously always had that. If he's a real Sith, he's always wanted to kill his master, never been powerful enough to do it. There was actually 2 retcons that they did in this, and now I can't remember what they were. I should have written them down. I'm so retarded right now. This is how much I actually don't really care about. It's hard to say that to people because I do care. Obviously, I care about Star Wars. But I think even somebody like Ryan Kennel cares about Star Wars, like real Star Wars. I don't think I kind of feel like I might be in the same boat as him in the sense that it's definitely dead. Disney Star Wars is separate from actual Star Wars, and we're going to talk about it obviously with the whole Gina Carano thing. Even he was saying who would want to go back to why would you want to go back to that? Star Wars is dead. It's a dying brand. But again, we will get around to that. Hello, if I missed anyone else in the chat, I appreciate you all being here. I see there's plenty of lurkers out there, so shout out to the lurkers. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, all of that good shit. Let's get into, I just wanted to cover this really quickly because there's been some insane shit. I know we're streaming right now on YouTube, but there's been some crazy, insane shit on YouTube recently. This AI moderating thing that they're doing right now, it ain't working. I mean, obviously Flash had his incident on the weekend. The stream getting taken down. It obviously got fixed and he got the stream back. And if you don't know, he's changed the stream to tomorrow. So make sure you go check that out. He's doing the catch up. So make sure you check that out. But that's the AI doing its thing just because of a gun on the screen. And he was, I almost said I wasn't there. He was covering fucking current big topic news. And it's crazy to think that he wasn't able to just show that short clip of that fucking agent moving with his gun up. Craziness. But yes, it has been announced that Flash is moving to Rumble. And I don't think there's going to be some exclusive content over on the Rumble side in regards to the Flashcast stream. This is my understanding. Again, he'll give you any details or all the details. But my understanding is we're going to be doing Flashcast on YouTube and Rumble for the first hour or two, I guess. And then there'll be some Rumble exclusive side of that, I believe, which is pretty cool. But this is what's happening right now, YouTube. Rumble's been around a long time. And, I think Anna seemed to sort of say it best when it came to, her having problems on a YouTube channel and then everybody on Twitter and everything going, oh, come over to Rumble. And she's like, I've been over at Rumble. I upload all the content and do it all, and I still don't get the numbers. Which is a fair point. Rumble's been around a long time. She's a decent sized channel. She's a lot bigger than most. To achieve what she's been able to achieve is not easy these days, especially with how flooded this market, I guess, is of this YouTube stuff and being online. She's pretty big, but she wasn't able to get the views over on the Rumble side. And that, like I said, that's a fair point. But now with what YouTube's doing, YouTube's almost forcing people's hands to have to find an alternative. And the most well-known alternative right now, even though there might be some better stuff out there, is Rumble. Maybe Kick, but again, Rumble seems to be the one. And then you've got fucking... Actually, I should put my headphones in because there is a little clip here. It's fucking bullshit, man. They really do need to fix this. So you've got Jay, who's had his appeal got rejected for his Welcome to the Rebellion podcast channel. But then didn't he also have his Drunk 3PO's basement channel taken down? His gaming channel? Oh, stomach. But I don't know whether or not that's because of the association with this channel that the AI is just, these are all the same person, these are all the same channel. And is it just because you violated, even though he didn't, but even if he's violated something on one channel, do they take down all the channels? It doesn't surprise me. I haven't seen it, to be honest with you, Nicholas. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me in the slightest. I mean, here in Australia, fucking the censorship stuff here is just insane. You know, and it's nice sometimes when you see somebody like a Joe Rogan talking about it, you know. He was talking about how the under 16 ban is on every fucking site except for Blue Sky. You know, the one thing that the under 16s are allowed to get is the extreme left's opinion on everything. Go to Blue Sky. Oh, fucking, it's ridiculous. And then I did see that Aiden, and we'll watch a little video here, just 3 minutes. Shit's happening with her channel, but it's not just these two. Like, I should have probably grabbed a few more tabs, but there are a ton of people right now that are either losing monetization or losing channels. And this obviously is separate to the quartering stuff. There's some pretty obvious distinctions between the two right now. Because that stuff with the quartering seems to still be going on. I don't even want to get into with that stuff. I just want to show one clip, really. I can't remember whether or not it got looked at on Flashcast last week. Again, I was just so fucked. Is Rumble any better? Well, look. I probably shouldn't have, but for science, if you were there, I dropped the N-bomb. And, you know, we were able to say the F-bomb, you know, the Film Actors Guild word on there like heaps. Now, obviously, you don't want to take too much advantage of that because, you know, I'm sure there's limits to it, especially when you're just doing it as a troll sort of thing. So, but maybe in regards to the free speech side of things, they're better. And they sort of allow you. But in regards to the views and stuff like that, it's been really hard to say, like, YouTube is a juggernaut. YouTube is where all of this sort of stuff essentially started. These other things that are popping up, your Kicks, your Rumbles, your Twitches, things like that, they sort of came after that. That's my understanding. Well, in my knowledge and when I knew of these other platforms, all came after YouTube. So whether or not they were created before or after makes no difference, really. So, yes, in some cases, it might be better. In some cases, though, I think that, you know, most people still come to YouTube. most of your normies as well, you know, the ones that just love listening in, the lurkers and stuff like that, you know, they're going to go over. They don't necessarily have to set up an account on a different platform, because if they're just lurking, they can just go to it and just be there in the chat as like a guest. But, you know, I don't know. In some ways it's good, in some ways it's bad. But the thing is that, and again, that's besides the point too, is YouTube are forcing these people right now to have to find an alternative. Because your AI is fucking everything up. And apparently I heard on the grapevine, correct me if I'm wrong, they've got no plans on necessarily changing it. They're just sort of like, it is what it is. Oh, yes. Geordie Huff for $5 says, why did you report Flashcast for the gay house baths, Rhino? Because I couldn't have that shit out there. Jokes, love you, Rhino. We gonna talk Star Wars tonight. There is going to be a little bit of Star Wars tonight. Obviously, with the lead up to The Mandalorian, and right now they do have the Maul show out, there is some Star Wars topics. But again, look at how... Is there anything out there? Is there any hype, really? It doesn't trend. Nobody... We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. Thank you. Thank you. We will talk Star Wars. Yes. Yes, we will. Thank you for the $5. And all these other people coming in, I see you. Laughing Man. I was thinking about it today. It was so funny. I was watching Tuesday night's main event, and Subhuman dropped them a $500 super chat, and it just bang, straight away, I thought of Laughing Man. I'll never forget the first time I ever got a $500 super chat was from Laughing Man. It was the first time I hosted Flashcast on my channel, and it was just so awesome. And there's the man himself. No. Jesus Davila, I see all you guys. Speed Force, Mr. Bantham, Giggity, yo. I see all you. Yes, there is no hype, but we will get to the Star Wars stuff. Star Wars is important to talk about for all the wrong reasons. For all the wrong reasons. All right, let's just take a listen to Aiden's video here. I only watched a little bit of it, and I'm like, oh, I might just watch this. It's only 3 minutes long, and I wanted to talk about basically the. Are you YouTube? Do you really not want to make money? And I know, like, you know, obviously these channels, some of these channels do still pull in a good amount of revenue. They're nothing like your massive channels like I would consider, you know, Jeremy's basically juggernaut of channels and everything that he's got, Geeks and Gamers, D-Day Cobra, whatever you wanted to reference him by. You've got Gary, you know, but still, these people, some of these people, this is their living as well, you know. So to be stripping that away from people, and, you know, these people are probably proud of what they've been able to create too. You know, they got to these achievements. They got to their first 100 subscribers, then they got to their first 500 subscribers, and then they got their first 1,000, and then they became monetized. What an achievement. How proud of yourself are you that you were able to achieve that? And then it grows and it continues to grow. And then you might hit 5,000 subscribers and then 10,000 subscribers. I haven't yet hit that 10,000. We'll get there eventually. But then it just and you know, just all of that you've been able to create and that you've been able to culminate, you know, a little fan base and all of that sort of thing. And you've got your supporters and then it just gets stripped away from you. Not to say that necessarily, I don't know whether or not a lot of these channels have been stripped away or whether or not their monetization has been stripped away. But you have stripped something away from them. And it's just ridiculous. Oh, 100%. 100%. G'day, Scran. Good to see you. But like still, these channels aren't generating that much revenue for you, YouTube. But they're still generating revenue for you. I don't understand, like, and let's watch this, because I haven't watched it all. Let me listen to what she has to say.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Ford. I go by Aiden Paladin on YouTube. My main YouTube channel, Aiden Paladin, has over 140,000 subscribers, and I have been making research-based content on that channel since January of 2017. This video is to address the recent demonetization of my live streaming channel, Broken Crown, for inauthentic content that is mass-produced or repetitive.
So, is what I'm doing right now considered inauthentic content? Because I have no doubt that these people stream the same sort of way that I do. They just cover topics. They go over it. They basically make it their own. They do transform it. We do, like in this, I'm giving my thoughts. I'm giving my opinions. I'm watching this video with the chat. The chat have their thoughts and opinions. I might address some of that. Is that inauthentic content? Because that's what I see Jay do. He was building something there. It's almost like over in the States, obviously they had a morning stream. If you're here in Australia and you ever watch Jay's streams that he does daily, it was like 10. Well, now he starts at 10 o'clock, which is like the perfect time. He goes from 10 till midnight. Back before daylight savings ticked over, he started at midnight and went till 2 in the morning, which is obviously a lot harder. But I was still there at midnight just saying g'day, and then I might just drift off to sleep listening to the stream. He was growing something and he was happy about it. I'm sure he was proud of what he was building over there because he separated it from his Drunk 3PO channel. He had a 100,000 subscriber channel just sitting there, and then he comes off and does this new thing. It starts growing. The support's been fantastic for him, and then the rug gets just swept up from underneath him. And they're not even going to consider fixing that. And I mean, the first thing that he got taken down for was the same thing that Flash got taken down for on the weekend. Guns. Flash was able to get his thing back. I don't know the difference in how much was covered or how much was shown or whatever, but that's ridiculous, if you ask me. Sorry, let's continue this.
The Broken Crown channel is a live podcast hosted by myself and my co-host, whose main YouTube channel is The Aristocratic Utensil. We have been hosting this live show every Wednesday since early 2022. Over the past 4 years, we have built up a...
That's the thing. It's 4 years. It's 4 years of them building this channel together. Them creating content, them doing streams, them creating lore around their fucking fan base as well. Now, demonetization doesn't mean that they obviously can't still continue doing the work. But I tell you what, when you're used to getting that little bit of an incentive of making a little bit of money because you grew it, it disheartens you a little bit. You can't deny that it wouldn't dishearten you. And then it just makes you start wondering, like, you know, I could put all of this effort in just for one day YouTube to come out and just take it all away, completely nuke the channel. Now, obviously, there was always a little bit of that kind of risk. You get 3 strikes, you're out. All of that kind of shit can happen. There was always elements of those risks. You do have to watch what you say sometimes. You do got to be a little bit more on, you know, diplomatic sometimes with the way that you speak and everything else. But even though that risk was still always there, you were so on top of what you were actually doing and saying and everything else that you were so far away from ever just being demonetized or ever being completely nuked. Now it seems like it's at the forefront. Everybody's just disappearing. I'm surprised with the fact that obviously, and I apologize, guys, I haven't put out a video for like 2 months or something like that. I've just been doing my streams. I'm glad that you're coming over and supporting. It's been awesome. I will get into doing some videos again, but I've got a full-time job. It's, not the easiest thing. I'm single dude, get home from work, got to make dinner. Like there's things that I need to do. But like, fuck, you're stripping channels away, and my channel could just disappear. I'm surprised that you haven't. I hope that you don't. Like, I'm not sitting here, but touch wood. But what, 7,500 subscriber channel here. We get a decent amount of live viewers, I feel, for the size of the channel. The views on videos, it's been a while since I've done a video. Dude, I would rather YouTube take my channel under all of this bullshit than take Jay's channel, who's actually putting a lot more effort in right now than I am. And that's not to say that I'm not putting effort in. I love you guys. I want to put in as much effort as I can. But, as much effort as I can and as much effort as he is, I'd rather you take my fucking channel and give him his back. You'll make more money. YouTube. Anyway, let's continue this.
Small but dedicated audience with about 300.
Yeah, single dude with 2 cats to feed. That's right. I'm a crazy cat dude.
To 400 live viewers consistently every week. This is a news and politics show where my
How many?
co-host
Sorry, I need to go back there.
Over the past 4 years, we have built up a small but dedicated audience with about 300 to 400 live viewers consistently every week.
More than
this
me.
This is a news and politics show where my co-host and I give our reactions and opinions to political events, same as any other political news and politics podcast, from our own unique political perspective. The content is not edited, it is a live stream, and it is produced using OBS streaming software, recording a call between myself, my co-host, and our frequent guests as we interact with the live chat. We have had numerous public figures on the show in the past, such as Harry Robinson and Josh Firm of the Lotus Eaters podcast, and Andrew Wilson of The Crucible. We also frequently have on fellow YouTubers as guests, such as Amalgamite, V, Vex Electronica, Newsfist, and many others, all of whom have their own channels.
They're just a normal channel. They're just a normal channel doing normal streams discussing hot button topics with guests and fucking opinions. How can they possibly say that the content isn't... What was the fucking violation for? Now I can't even fucking remember. Yep. Nicholas Horton, crazy cat man. That's right.
Our content is mass-produced nor repetitive. It is a weekly live stream. I do not even republish clips from the stream, but rather just...
Yeah, I did hear that he wants to get in a mode. That's kind of funny. It's good.
Just leave up the entire stream VODs. I was considering clipping segments so that we could have greater reach, but I have not yet done so, and I will not be doing so now. The only repetitive nature of our content is that we cover news and politics every week, and thus there will be some repetition of subject matter and opinion. But every live stream is an original stream with original content.
But that's like saying if you do, let's say, 3 streams in a row covering the quartering, that's repetitive content. How about for the last 3 weeks, he's just been continuously putting his foot in his mouth and continues giving us more and more content for us to cover? Does that come under their AI's repetitive content? Because you covered the same topic 3 weeks in a row because it's topical? It's fucking ridiculous.
Original reactions, original opinions, original insight. It is obvious, prima facie, that this content is not created by AI, nor is it designed to increase views without producing value. I am a published academic and social scientist, ABD PhD. I do have unique insights into certain things, and I believe my co-host does as well. Broken Crown began as a fun side project for me and my co-host that we have done every week for the past 4 years without any major incident on YouTube.
Yeah.
This demonetization was done in error.
That's the thing. With no incident, in that 4 years, no incidents have happened. So why all of a sudden out of nowhere, there's your monetization gone? I mean, come on now. How dare they do that to multiple, not just her, but multiple channels? How dare you do that to Drunk 3PO?
Quite clearly real people hosting a real live show and interacting with other real people in a live chat, and have been doing so since well before the ubiquity of AI. A cursory, manual human review of any of our streams will illustrate that the content we create is very much authentic. I just need a real human being to look at it. Thank you so much for your time and consideration in this matter. Rebecca Ford / Aiden Paladin of the Broken Crown podcast.
Very good. Very good. This is the thing, though, like I said, is I don't know whether or not they are planning on fixing this issue. In fact, it feels like and seems like it continues getting worse, to be honest with you. So, obviously, Jay has gone over to Rumble. Mods, if you're in the chat, if you could drop Jay's links to his Rumble. If you could also drop Flash's link to Rumble, because we're obviously going over to Rumble to do Flashcast. So if you could drop that too, that'd be good. And once again, YouTube, you are doing this to yourself. You're doing this to yourself. You either need to fix the algorithm, the review system. There's actually a lot that needs to be fixed over at YouTube right now. And the more that this continues to happen, the more people are going to move away. Now, I have a Rumble. I haven't cross-streamed there in a long fucking time. The channel is just dead and stagnant and sitting there just hovering. But I even think that I need to start at least making that the backup again. It's just, I hate with Rumble, setting up the streams with StreamYard. You've got to go to your Rumble studio, set up the stream in the Rumble studio, then grab the stream key and then bring that over to fucking StreamYard. And then now you can use the fucking Rumble studio, but I've been seeing a few people having a few issues with that. Now, hopefully they get that better. But, Anna seems to have the biggest issues that I've seen at every 2-hour mark. It just automatically switches her stream off. I don't know. I've been meaning to ask her, actually, is that just a setting maybe that you've actually got a setting? Maybe they've got it within the studio that, you can have a cutoff time. It actually just cuts you off at this time, 2 hours in. I don't know. But there's Jay's Rumble. There's Flash's Rumble. Go over. We'll be doing shit there. We will be doing shit there. All right. Let's talk about fucking the quartering for a second. So, we'll get there. Oh, I thought that's Maul, not Mauler. How does Mauler survive? It's an interesting question. It's so funny with Mauler. Is he, if I'm understanding that correctly, he sort of hovers under the radar a little bit, doesn't he? He's big and he's great, but it's almost like he's right up there with all the other guys, I feel, but they take the shots and he just sort of sits there and watches and just has a bit of a laugh, Yeah. Let's talk about the quartering. So I think that this did get covered on Flashcast. I don't honestly don't remember much of Flashcast this last weekend. But I wanted to show this. I actually had this bookmarked. I wanted to show Jeremy. And now look, When did he write this? The 24th. So it's 5 days ago that he wrote this. We have reached levels of fake pearl clutching I've never believed possible. And he's obviously responding to Camelot in this. Now, dude, I don't even understand how you can watch it back, and think that this isn't. There's not creepy parts to this. There's not weird parts to this. It's not. You're almost acting like you're still in grade 6. This isn't how an adult acts. And even on stream, and this is the thing. If you don't act like this off stream, then you're just fake. If you're just doing all of this just for the camera, because, like, if you met me in person, you'd be meeting the same person that you're listening to right now. I can guarantee it. Ask the people that have met. Ask Jay. I've met him. Ask Ryan. I've met him, although, like, we only got to hang out for a couple of hours. Beardo. Ask Beardo. Me and him and Lee went and got, like, Whoppers together. Went to Hungry Jack's or Burger King. Ask Krista. I was hanging out with her. Ask Flash. Ask Anna. I got to meet them in LA. Like, you know, I'd be the same person is all the point that I'm making. The thing is that I would actually probably think that he is still the same person, but this is who he is. But who he is just a disgusting, creepy, weird child. You know, I would say that, yes, I am fairly immature for my age. But when it comes down to it, I've got maturity. If that makes sense. I'm a boy. I'll muck around. I'll try and do something stupid to make somebody laugh. I'm happy to be the clown. I'm happy to be made fun of. But when it comes to, like, a serious topic or something like that, or even me going out to a festival and walking through this place, and whether or not I would be on camera or not, even if I had the thought, damn, she's sexy, right? Even if I had that thought, I wouldn't voice it. And especially on stream, I wouldn't voice it. Loud enough so that the chat can hear you, but also loud enough so that the fucking girl walking past you hears you too. Every dude out there has, at one point in their life, walked past a girl, seen a girl, whatever, and the first thought is, damn. But you don't voice the thought. You've still got a filter there. That's called being mature. That's called being an adult. Imagine that. Fucking walk into a store with or without your partner as well. You see this smoking hot chick. She's like a 9 or a 10, and she's just looking through some of the clothes in the store that you're in. And your thought process isn't to filter that damn that goes on in your head, but it's to go, damn. I'd love to put babies in that. It's fucking weird. It's just weird.
If I did see a girl in a chainmail bikini, you know, we would have got her on camera.
Okay, I've seen this part of this video. I haven't seen sort of the tail end of this video, but I've seen this beginning part a couple of times because obviously there's been a lot of coverage of this. This proves to me that what Steph and I were saying on Flashcast on the weekend in regards to him being that child And he was the kid at school that was never the popular kid at school, but this is what he thought the popular kids did. And now that he's old enough and he's one of the popular kids, especially when it comes to the YouTube thing, he's acting the way that he thinks the popular kids should act. And this is where he's trapped in his childhood. But let me say this. What he says here, if we saw a chick, what is it? What's the reference?
If I did see a girl in a chainmail bikini.
In a chainmail bikini, you would, I would guarantee to, like, what he wants to say, right? I'd guarantee to go over there and fuck her brains out. That's where his mind went. But he realizes in this moment that he can't say that because the number one, it would be a lie. And number two, that would seem really creepy and predatory. So he goes, oh, we would get her on camera. Now that's even fucking creepy and weird. If you're just filming somewhere and you're out there and you're having fun, and let's say you are doing a stream or something like that, and your camera happens to pass a fucking, chick in a bikini or whatever, then that happens. But what he's saying is, if he was to see this chick in the bikini, I'd guarantee to get her on camera and zoom in on the bitch. That's weird, dude. It's childish, dude. You haven't grown out of your fucking teen years. And it's weird and creepy. And people are actually now revealing it more and more and seeing it more and more. I've only learnt all of everything that I know about you, Quartering. Everything that I know about you, I've learnt in the last 3 weeks. And all I've learnt is that you have been married to your childhood your high school sweetheart for since high school, and you act weird and creepy and to the point where it actually disgusts me, the kind of person that you are, if that's who you really are. It disgusts me how you treat your chat, from what I've seen. It disgusts me how you've got such tickets on yourself, dude. You've got some tickets. You've got that chip, but the chip is like, it's bigger than your fucking head, bigger than your nose. All right, it's fucking this fucking thing. You've got tickets, you've got a chip, you've got everything, and you abuse that. You do. That's how I see it. You abuse that. And you treat your co-hosts, especially your female co-hosts, disgustingly. And whether or not it is directed at them, some of the stories and some of the things that you say in front of 2 women, it's you and 2 other women on a stream, and you're wanting to talk about how you shit your pants, or you're wanting to talk about some weird, disgusting, weird shit. I saw another one that you were talking to these Aussie guys, and they fucking, they were telling you that they were just acting normal, and you started telling them some weird sex story because you realized that they were the cool kids that probably do have stories like that, and then you had to make up a story. That's, again, my opinion, how I perceived watching that. No other thoughts or opinions come to mind when I see you acting and speaking absolute garbage and acting really creepy and weird.
We would have got her on camera. Here.
See how weird that is?
Here's a milk.
And he's like about to just brush shoulders with her. I don't know whether or not she actually heard that or not. But again, having the kids there, I mean, that one of the kids could have just been looking right at him as they're walking past, and he's saying to his chat, look, here's a MILF. And the kid just goes, Mom, what's a MILF? Oh, he wants to fuck me. Have some decency, Jeremy. And I have no doubt that there's people in your chat that are just riling you up to act like an absolute fool.
Yeah. Oh boy, we got a thick girl right there, boys. Rawr. Oh, here's another one.
This is weird, creepy behavior. He is walking around on a live stream, and all he's commentating on is the fucking ladies around him. Isn't that something that you can be almost locked up for? Oh, no, officer. I'm just here for the event, and I'm just documenting the event. And then you go back and you look at all his content. Has he documented the event? No, he definitely documented that MILF's ass, though. Apparently, there's a kid that he zooms in on in this. That is predatory behavior. You should be locked up for this shit. Because the only reason why you're streaming or filming, it seems, is to document the women at this fucking event. Am I wrong?
This is in Bristol, Wisconsin. Oh, sure.
Is she looking at him? He must have said something earlier. The kids have asked. It's probably exactly that. It's probably exactly that. He said, hey, check out this MILF. And the kid has asked, what's a MILF? She's like, where'd you hear that? And she's like, oh, he just said that about you.
A couple before. She's a little bit old, but
and now he's pretending to ignore. See, I swear that's what happened there. I swear that's what happened there. Watch this. It starts here. So obviously, is this obviously this is just edited out parts from the live stream. Is this live stream still available to watch? Dude, I will commit an entire fucking stream to watching that entire fucking live stream just to know if he said something just before she walked past. The kid's saying something. Look at this. The kid even looks back at him. And then he realizes, oh shit, they busted me. And then he goes off and pretends to do his other content that he's supposed to be doing while he's there. She stops and looks right at him.
This is in Bristol, Wisconsin. Oh, her cup overflows. She's a little bit old, but she overflows. Adam Racehorsey, the super chats will blot out the sun. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
She's uncomfortable. And he's just right behind her now. That's weird too. Because if what I'm saying is true and he realized that she noticed, so he went into, yes, this is in Wisconsin or whatever the fuck he said, right? Going into, I'm making content for my live stream, not just to look at your ass. How can I tell? It's just my thoughts and opinions looking at this.
MILF, yeah. She's keeping it tight. You know she DTF. She got kids. Yeah, boy. Here you go. Oh, wow.
Oh my God. Every fucking... I haven't watched... I haven't seen this tail end of this.
Officer, I know it looks bad, but somebody paid me $20 to do it.
What do you say, though?
Oh, wow. Excuse me, officer. I know it looks bad, but somebody paid me $20 to do it.
Oh, so it makes it okay because somebody paid you $20 to what? Row at a chick or something like that. He's obviously not talking to an officer, but somebody in the chat's bringing up just how weird you're being, Jeremy. Like, this dude's fully just, from what I've learned in, like I said, the last 2-3 weeks, disgusts me. You're a disgusting human being with no real moral compass. you've got no responsibility. You're no ownership. And you just make me sick. And whatever happens to your channel and your livelihood and everything that happens on the internet is a result of your own actions. Because just like other people that we've seen out there that have got it made and destroyed it from underneath them, you're doing the exact same thing. He's got money though. Good for him. I don't have money and I reckon I'm happier than he is. And I'm still pretty sad. If what he brags about, and I don't know whether or not he's even got money though. Where's that fucking... Hang on one second. I think Flash posted something. Give me one sec here. There you go. Another channel. I've just... The top of my timeline. I don't even know who these fucking people are. It got reposted. Apparently they're promoting gambling. Is that because the show, like, they've got wild card in their fucking title? Like, what is this AI doing? Anyway, I just thought it was funny. That popped up. Like, I just open up a new fucking thing in Twitter, and then that fucking comes up. What's this, Flash? So Flash just wrote, good thing I didn't blow all my money on a fish tank and an RC track. Hashtag debt free. I haven't seen this. I just saw what Flash wrote.
Generally, when things are struggling, the owner or CEO will not take a salary. That's how you run a business. You know, even for years, as I've created content on YouTube, I still worked a full-time job for almost all of them. You know, because you can't count on this.
From what I'm hearing, there's a video out there. And maybe, like, dude, we've got... Almost want to watch that entire Renaissance Fair. Fuck, I want to get to at least that part of that stream and see what was said just before she gets into picture. I want to know if that turn and look was at him and whether or not he adjusted in what he was doing. I do want to see that. But apparently there's a video out there that's really exposing Jeremy for his fundraisers or something to do with some fundraisers and stuff like that. I don't know the details, so I am just hearing this along the grapevine, but apparently there's a really good video out there exposing him of all of this.
You can't count on YouTube, and at some point I'll go back to a full-time job because that's going to be how this shakes out. You know, we already see what's going on with AI and how many platforms are really, really, really working hard to demonetize channels, all sorts of stuff like that. Generally,
you've been working pretty hard to get some channels demonetized or taken down, haven't you? Haven't you? It's not really like what I thought the clip was. I thought it might have been him begging for super chats or something like that, because that's what he does. That's what he does. Anyway, Jeremy, I think Stud and Craig said it best in the advice that he gave you. You really need to take a deep breath and take a step back, a couple of steps back, in fact. You need to see where you've gone wrong here, recognize that, take responsibility for that, and apologize for it. You need to do everything that you can to remedy the situation. I still don't think it will ever be enough now. For anybody else out there, I don't think it will ever be enough now. You will never get back to the same success that you've had in the past, whether or not it's genuine, really genuine success or not, I don't know. Again, I'm learning about you in the last 3 or 4 weeks, whatever it's been since this whole thing blew up. Because I never cared to watch you. In fact, anytime I did see any of your content prior to this incident happening, I found it quite boring. And I'm sure there's people out there that find my content quite boring. Flies! They don't hate my content. How dare you? I'm only joking. So, get away, get off the bottle. Dude, you getting busted drinking after you've said that you've quit drinking? Now, look, I understand relapse. I understand completely, dude. But the best way to be is honest about everything. If you really did quit drinking for 2 days, and then you started drinking again, let people know. They will help you. They'll support you. You're going to have your trolls out there. I knew. But this is the thing, Jeremy, is that you've put such a cloud over yourself and you've made yourself look really bad and you've made yourself look really untrustworthy to the point where nobody actually even believes that you quit drinking for 2 days. 2 hours, maybe. And then later that night, you were fucking back on the bottle. Nobody believes you. Nobody's got any rock hard evidence to say that you were lying or weren't lying. Nobody's got anything. All we've got is our observations, Jeremy. And most people's observations of you right now is this dude's gross. This dude's disgusting. This dude is actually kind of really creepy and weird. And he's an alcoholic and he's losing his mind. That's people's observations of you right now. Maybe some variations of those opinions, but tell me in the chat, what are your opinions right now of everything that's happened and everything that's come out of Jeremy the Quartering? Use one word right now to describe him. What would that one word be? Based on your own observations, not on other people's opinions or anything. Just based on your own observations of what you've seen over the past couple of weeks. Mike C says othetic. Creep. Yuck. Creepy. Everything's gone to hell because of the manager. Fake. Crook. Do you really think that these people in my chat think these things about you because of Kino Casino? Do you think that these people think this about you because of Stuttering Craig or Side Scrollers? No. These people think that you are pathetic, a creep, crook, fake, creepy, yuck, pathetic. They think these things because of what they have observed. They think these things because of what they've seen, because of what's been brought to light. Now, I'm not sitting here going, just because you're a weird, creepy weirdo, I think that maybe, perhaps, maybe there should be a little bit of an investigation into your weird creepiness, especially out in public. And it doesn't escape me when you're doing the weird creepiness in behind closed, well, not even behind closed doors, but like in the stream setting and stuff like that with your co-hosts and shit. You're a weird, creepy dude, man. Purely based on people's observations. That's it. You need to get over yourself. You need to get that chip off your shoulder as well. Holocron, how you doing? How you doing? But see, this is why the best thing that you could possibly do right now is stop. Actually stop. Stop responding. Stop drinking. Stop YouTube. Just fucking, dude, just for a week, just don't. And it's like Stuttering Craig said, when you do come back with some revitalized energy. Not this, oh, I'm so tired. I'm tired all the time. Oh, let's talk about this now. How was your weekend? Like, you know, if you're not feeling it, then don't do the stream. If you're not willing to at least try and be somewhat entertaining, then don't bother doing it. I've had those days. I get my one day off a week, today, and then I get my Sundays off, which is Flashcast. I don't get a lot of time to myself. Some days I might wake up, even after setting up the stream the night before, and be like, I just can't be fucked. I've got some stuff that I need to get done, and I just can't do it today. If I was to just force myself to go through with it and do it, the chat wouldn't necessarily have a good time because I'm not having a good time. Dude. Anyway, I honestly didn't really want to talk about the quartering that much. We'll probably end up talking about it again next fucking week because he's not going to listen. The thing is that surprises me the most is how long he's actually been on the internet for. How long he's been in this fucking place for. And he hasn't learned shit. Star Wars is dead. Watch Dragon Ball instead. It's probably not a bad idea. I should probably watch some Dragon. I've never watched it. Well, you know, I've seen episodes and seen bits and pieces here and there, and it's not to say that I don't know little bits of Dragon Ball, but I've never sat down and actually watched it. Just a really cool guy. Does anyone mind if I start gooning? It's probably not great. Let's talk about Melbourne, Rhino. What's there to talk about in fucking Melbourne? How retarded our fucking city is? How retarded our state is? Or how retarded our country is? What would you like to talk about? How retarded this fucking world is? Tillium, how you doing? The quartering was saying you can't pull women and stuff like that today. Who? Me specifically? Was he actually talking about me specifically? I'd be very surprised if he was talking about me specifically because why would he? Why? Who? How does he know who I am? I guess maybe on Flashcast. Maybe watch Flashcast. And I was drunk, and I love going on rants when I'm drunk. Please tell me, just a really cool guy. Was he specifically talking about me, or was he talking about just like sort of people in general? Because if he was specifically talking about me, I want to see it. I want to watch that. I want to react to that. I would suggest the original Gundam anime, specifically for you, Rhino. Ooh. I've heard good things about Gundam. Yes, you specifically. Dude. Really? Oh, I'm under attack. Where? Oh, dude. All right. It is streamed today, you say. Dude, this stream's going off the rails. Oh, yes. Oh, I can't wait. Me specifically, the quartering. I'm sorry, cool guy. Is it a video or was it his stream? Hang on, let me see what you said. Oh, I've got it on the fucking screen. I'm scrolling through the chat. I've still got it highlighted. The quartering was saying you can't. It's just I can't get a woman. Dude, your insults reflect your own fucking actions, dude. It almost seems like you're talking to the man in the mirror. Live streams. Oh, you go to live streams. It's a year ago. So he doesn't keep his live streams up. Is it in a video or fuck? How do I find this? Can somebody send me a link? Cool guy, can you please send me a link and a possible timestamp? Oh, you fucker. Oh, you fucker. You full had me going. Ah, you dude. I wanted to see what he was reacting. I would have wanted to see where he saw it. Fuck. You had me going so good. Fuck you. Fuck you, cool guy. Good troll, though. Good troll. You fucking had me going. Damn you. Now you made me search for the quartering. My algorithm's going to be all fucked up now. Damn. Damn, I got so excited. It's all good. It's fucking great. I'm fucking all for that. That was great, though. But I was really excited. I was really excited. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. You made my day and then you took it away. Awesome. I would have done a fucking my channel is under attack video. I really would have. His algorithm is under attack, yeah. All right. It's pretty much enough about quartering. We will probably talk a little bit more about it next week. As long as he continues being the fucking moron that he's being, and as long as he continues opening his mouth and adding more fuel to the fire, that won't stop until he stops. He's got to stop before it all stops. The more he's reactive, the longer it continues. Anyway, I wanted to talk about Pragmata. Now, this is something that I don't think I got to speak about or we didn't get to talk about on Flashcast. And if we did, I honestly don't remember it. But I wanted to talk about this from the point of view of a single white straight guy that would love to have kids and that would love to find love and get married, as gay as whatever you want to fucking say. I'm 42 years old. I don't give a fuck. I always thought that I was going to be a young dad. I always thought that I was going to settle down and, you know, get married early, have kids early. Didn't actually eventuate that way. To the point where I actually didn't want any of that for a while. Now I do want that again. But to say that any dude that doesn't have their own children, you know, their own blood, I mean, I actually need to see this because I don't have the context for this. I really don't. I've seen, I want to watch a little bit more of it. I've seen bits and pieces of this. I never saw it. Let me just fucking bring it up. I always do this. If I can start talking, talk about what we're going to watch, and then fucking, I may as well just watch it instead of talking about it for 10 minutes before we do. Oh, dude. I might look that way, but everyone that I've ever come across when I've hung out with their kids, you know, like my best friend, he's got 2 little boys. Everyone's always said to me, you'd make a great dad. Like nobody's ever not said that to me. In certain circumstances, obviously. It's not like I'm fucking playing with somebody's kids or whatever, hanging out, whatever, and then just every single person has said that to me. I'm just saying there have been people out there who have said that to me. I love kids. I love how just the innocence of kids and how they don't have any responsibilities or anything. And when they're playing and they fucking stack or something, like it's just, they might start crying, but it's so carefree. They've got no worry in the world, I guess is what I'm saying. And that freedom when you play with a kid, it can rub off on you. Dude, I was jumping on my mate's trampoline with his 2 boys. And I'm getting fucking tired. I'm getting puffed out because I'm fucking 42 years old jumping on a fucking trampoline. It brought the inner kid out of me. That only lasted for so long as I'm getting fucking gassed. But those kids are like, no, more. Like, keep going, play. Fucking dude. It's awesome. It's awesome. It can almost be like escapist entertainment in the real world. Like, you know, even just having a conversation with a kid and having that fucking laugh because, you know, of their comprehension or understanding of this ridiculous conversation that you might be having. It's great. Kids are awesome. Why is my phone ringing? I better not put that in the... Somebody calls one of my customers. So let's talk a little bit about Pragmata. Let's actually listen to this. So I've got... I don't know where exactly I should be starting this. I saw somebody else start around the 7-minute mark, so I might just go from just before the 7-minute mark. And I like Brett. I've only hung out with Brett a couple of times on Flashcast. You know, Uncle Rhino. That's right. G'day, everyone. G'day, mate. How you doing? All right, let's take a listen to this ridiculous take that has just blown this fucking whole thing up. I don't know whether or not this is still sort of topical at the moment, whether or not Pragmata is still sort of being talked about and still being covered like this, but just because I didn't get a chance to cover it, that's why I'm going back and we're doing this.
If a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than it being a product of his own lineage.
Oh, no, we got to go back even more. Maybe we'll just watch the video. Oh, dude, it's 19 minutes long. We're not watching the video.
Marketed and sold to men who don't have children. And
well, what does that
this is my
mean?
hot take.
Hang on. Let's go back to like here.
Especially female streamers playing this game, and they're brought to tears by the cutscenes of Diana like drawing a picture of her and Hugh in like a family setting. And
okay, they're going to show those, but we're going to show them first. A few people have been covering this, and I just wanted to go through it all. So these are some of those streamers. Now, hear me out for a second. I got emotional. I didn't bawl my eyes out. I didn't cry fucking full on tears or anything. I got emotional at the end of Red Dead 2. Heart-wrenching. The horse. And then just Arthur, just the way he goes out. It's, man, it's heart-wrenching. Does that make me like, I know it's slightly different. Like, we're not talking about kids or predatory or anything like that. But is it weird for people to get emotional at these stories and at these video games? My understanding was that people got emotional at Last of Us 1.
She is so cute, and I don't even like kids, but I like her.
Hugh, thanks for talking to me all the time.
Did she give me a gift?
Ta-da!
Is this supposed to be when we first boarded the tram?
Uh-huh. I drew it. It's for you.
Oh, what do you mean? I love it. It's so cute. But she hung it up. She hung it up. It's so adorable. If she dies, I'm throwing my PC out the window. She
Doesn't even like kids.
helmet on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hugh.
She's so
Diana,
cute.
Hugh. Diana. Hugh. Diana. Hugh. Diana. Hugh. Diana. Hugh.
Helmet on.
Diana?
Diana.
Just puts his helmet on. He's like mid conversation. I'm out.
Now, I just want to say this. With how much parenting, how much the nuclear family and all of these kind of elements, all these good parts of life have been demonized through the last, decade or so, I think that content like this is important. Content like this is good. Getting all of these women a bit giggity about giddy, I should say, not giggity, giddy about wanting kids. I think that's a good thing. Making dudes want to be dads. If it's doing that, I haven't necessarily seen any clips of guys, and they might be out there. But that's a good thing. I think it needs to. I think that the whole concept of the nuclear family being good and keeping that strong and everything needs to come back with a vengeance through our culture and through the media and through storytelling and stuff like that, so that people can actually see the good in it instead of demonizing it all the time. But then to come up with these kinds of takes, it's weird. Like this is why I say the world is fucking weird, because it really is. I don't know how any person, and I thought this chick was pretty base, this Mary chick was, from what I've seen her in, I've seen clips from her on whatever podcast, full giving it to some of the other chicks on the other side. Like, she has always seemed pretty based until this. And to me, you've made a mistake. And this is, again, instead of you actually taking a step back and going, oh, okay, maybe I was a little bit too general in what I was saying. Maybe it's a little bit too much. It's not necessarily predatory. Yes, I've seen what people are saying. I acknowledge that I was wrong. You just double down. Now, there's nothing wrong with acknowledging, and again, this is the whole thing. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging when you're actually wrong or you've made a mistake. In fact, I've done it. It's all Star Wars related, but I pretty much, I think on one stream I said something, or on a video I even said something, and then I was proven to be completely wrong. And I came out and I said, I was wrong. My bad. Accept the responsibility of your own fucking actions and your own stupidity.
And they're like, this is going to change everything. People are going to have families because...
Well, I don't necessarily think we're going that far to the point where this one game is going to change fucking civilization and make people fucking, you know, all of a sudden just go out and have kids. But as long as things like this are planting those kinds of seeds in people's heads, I don't mind that. As long as the story's good.
As they played this game.
One of the issues here, and I see somebody mentioned it.
Not holding up.
So one of the things that gets mentioned here, and I agree, is that streamers will absolutely like just overdo it for the camera. It's why reaction channels it's why Eric Butts will be a millionaire his whole life, because he can overact for Star Wars content. Maybe he does. Maybe he's actually the rare example of somebody that actually feels that way. But in general, like
we've talked about the fake reactors, the fake reactions. I mean, dude, some of the people that we've reacting to something have actually admitted, oh, we've already seen this. And then their reaction is like they've never seen it before. They've actually said that.
There is a percentage of, people who do react.
Yes, thank you. Like Bad Batch episode 301. I fucked up. It was season 3, episode 1, and I'm like, how is there 301 episodes? I mean, that was kind of funny, and it was just a stupid, retarded take from me, a stupid, retarded thing. But it would be like me doubling down on that and being like, no, well, they shouldn't write it as 301. It should say S3E01 or something like that. Instead of 301, me putting the blame on them instead of putting the blame on how retarded I was not seeing that for what it really is. Good call, Salshade.
Action content where it's like, whoa!
I agree with you,
it's
Frank.
like Frank Castle comes back to Marvel for the 50th time with John Byrne. Like,
whoa! Yep.
There's an aspect of it being played up here, perhaps.
Absolutely.
I just want to...
Okay, I do want to say this, though, if we can just go back to some of these. I genuinely think her reaction is genuine.
She is so cute, and I don't even like kids.
She's so cute, and I don't even like kids.
Thanks for talking to me all the time.
Did she give me a gift?
Ta-da!
Is this supposed to be when we first boarded?
Yeah, okay, maybe she is playing it up a little bit for the camera. So what? So what?
So good. Yes.
Hugh,
She's so
Diana,
cute.
Hugh, Diana, Hugh, Diana, Hugh, Diana, Hugh, Diana.
I think a lot of I think that these could be genuine, completely genuine reactions. I'm not a woman, so I'm not going to fucking... I'm not going to give my opinions on abortion. Because I'm not a woman. Let's go back to this.
Address this because I don't think it's totally unreasonable for people to get creepy vibes. Not because it's sexual in any way. But because this is a game that's...
If it's not sexual in any way, then how are you getting creepy vibes from dudes that are thinking that this girl's really cute and, it's pretty awesome seeing this father figure kind of help this little girl or whatever? I don't know the story, so excuse me for my naivety or, yeah.
Primarily being marketed and sold to men who don't have children. And
how do you know that? Why are you it's being sold mainly to men that don't have children? That may be true. But what does that have to do with the price of fish in China? Like, seriously, what does the dadless part of that have to do with anything? So what about the dads out there that have bought this game and are able to see like a little bit of a connection between what they're seeing in the video game and their own daughter in real life? Is that creepy? Because they're them getting that same sort of feeling in what they're seeing on the screen, that synthetic or the robot girl or whatever in this game isn't his real daughter. It's creepy. It's just creepy. It's stupid. It's so stupid. It's the same fucking argument as like what Morgan Freeman was saying about Black America. I'm American. I'm not Black American. I'm American. As soon as we get rid of those things, you get rid of the elements of the racism and the sexism and everything behind it. But we've got to preface everything with fucking, oh, it's the single white guys that are buying this game.
Hot take, actually. I'll just read it so we don't have to allude to it all the time. So I said, childless men do not have paternal instincts the way that childless women have maternal instincts. We observe this even in the way little girls play versus little boys. So I'm referring to little girls displaying maternal.
Okay, that might be true, but I reckon every man, deep-seated may be, but every man wants to continue their lineage. Every man wants family. Every man wants a legacy. Every real man wants a legacy. Do you know how you live forever? Do you know how you live forever? You let your name live forever. You let your bloodline live. That's how you live forever. Now, how you live forever is you follow Jesus. Let's be real. But how your name and your legacy lives on is through your family here on earth. So I think every man at one point in their life is going to have that I want kids giddy feeling. I keep saying giggity feeling. No, everybody loves a little bit of giggity. And dude, I get that feeling that I want kids. Does that make me weird and creepy that I see, like, you know, I see my mate interact with his boys and stuff like that? I get a little jealous because I don't have kids and I kind of want that. Does that make me weird and creepy because I want that? Does it? You're fucking retarded. You're retarded, and this is the whole thing. The point that I was making in regards to, I'm not a woman, so I can't talk about fucking abortion, can I? Right? Well, to that maybe not to her, but I can't talk about an abortion. I don't have the correct parts to talk about that shit and have an opinion on that. Well, guess what? You don't have those parts. You don't have the male parts. So, and you don't have the male emotions, genes, DNA, fucking all of that shit. You can't have an opinion on how men think about, you know, kids and having kids and wanting kids. It's crazy to me that you think that any single dude out there that sees this and that's predatory. You kind of disgust me just as much as Jeremy disgusts me right now with this take.
Maternal instincts in the way they play with baby dolls, even from birth.
You're absolutely right. My sister would play with her Barbies. I would get my G.I. Joes, put them in her Barbie Ferrari, and run Barbie over with the fucking Ferrari. You're right. We all play differently. Boys will be boys. Girls will be girls. So? Does that mean that those boys won't grow up to be wanting children? And if they do want children, they're predators? If it's something that they see, they might not even be thinking that they want kids or anything like that. And then one of their friends all of a sudden has a kid. And they're holding their friend's baby and he's like, oh my God, I want one. Is that predatory? Is it? Is that weird? Does that mean that dude, oh dude, I was getting really graphic in my head then and I was about to just spit it all out. And that is just disgusting. You're the one that has the worst take, I think, one of the worst takes I have ever heard about anything on the internet ever. And we've had some pretty bad takes out there.
Can detect that female babies make more eye contact than male babies. It's just ingrained in us biologically.
Is that a fact, is it? I'd like to see the study on that. Female babies give better eye contact than male babies. What does that have to do with the fact that these male babies won't grow up to wanting babies? I don't understand where you're coming from. As a single white dude that wants kids, I'm actually fucking offended. Because what you're saying is my want for having kids makes me a predator. My want of wanting kids when I see my mate and his kids interacting with each other, and that makes me a little giddy and makes me a little jealous. Makes me a predator. I'm offended by what you've said, Mary. Does that mean I want you fucking cancelled and stuff? No, fuck that shit. You're well and truly in your rights to have one of the most retarded fucking takes I have ever fucking heard. But you know what that tells me? You've got this Gen Z brain problem thing too. You've got this gaslighting fucking retardedness within your fucking I don't know how old you are. I have no fucking clue. But you definitely look young enough to be retarded. You look young enough to be one of those people in the new category of being less smart than your parents. Fuck off. It's so dumb. You are so retarded. Almost as retarded as Jeremy Hambley. Fucking dumbest take I've ever fucking heard. And the fact that this video is her doubling down on it, you are dumb. You are dumb. You are dumb. That blonde is soaking through, woman.
That, you know, women are caregivers. They are the nurturers. Men first experience, this is continuing my post, men first experience paternal instincts once they have their own children, and typically...
Bullshit. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. I am proof of that being bullshit. What about nieces and nephews? You're retarded. Brett, I know you've been working with this girl for a long fucking time. What the fuck, dude? Now, I'm not saying this from the point of view of get your woman, get your co-host, female fucking co-host in check. Be the man. Like, I'm not saying, what the fuck, dude? I don't know anything really about Brett, personal life or anything. I don't know if he's got a missus. I don't know if he's married. I don't know if he's got kids. I think he's got some thoughts on this after she goes through all of this, though.
Those paternal instincts are only ever felt for their own children and no one else's. Contrast that, I guess, with, you know, liberal mom.
Not true either. You see some of these stepdads out there that fucking they gain such a connection with somebody else's child that, yes, he's seeing their mother or married to their mother or whatever, and they adopt them. You know, the kid wants to be adopted by the dad, or the dad wants to adopt the kid. Are they predators? Because it's not their own child. They will never gain their own fucking maternal instincts until they have their own lineage. You know how Brett was saying before about the performative reactions? Is this performative, Mary? Or are you really this retarded? Okay, so he's married. Yeah, I think have on his fill.
On Facebook crying about children on the other side of the planet. Men are not nurturers. Men don't gush over cute kids in public. Men don't have
bullshit. That's bullshit. Men might not gush the same way that a woman gushes over a baby in a public setting. And I don't think necessarily a man is going to walk up to a lady in a park with a pram and just be like, oogie, boogie, boogie. But I don't think that there's too many women out there that are going to just randomly walk up to another mum with a different pram and start doing the oogie, boogie, boogie. Maybe they might spark up a conversation with the parent, right? The mum or whatever. And then they sort of show their baby and they get, oh my God, it's so cute. Oh my. Yeah, maybe there is a little bit more of that from the women's side of things. But just to say, she thinks men don't emote at all. We've got no emotions. We see something cute and we can't because we're men think that it's cute. And if we think that it's cute, it means that we're gay or something. No, it's worse than that. It doesn't mean that we're gay. It means that we're predators. I appreciate cuteness. I appreciate cuteness too. Dude, you are dumb. Fucking dumb. And the more you double down on this dumb take, you may as well just fucking do the same thing that Jeremy Hambley's doing. You may as well do the same thing that Jeremy's doing because you can't even take a step back and realize what the fuck you did. Realize how wrong you actually are. No, you've got to be positive and double down on your fucking retarded take that nobody fucking agrees with. And anybody that does agree with you is retarded as well. Probably can't find fucking America on a map.
Have baby fever. If a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than it being a product of his own lineage, he is likely a predator. Here I perhaps put too much labor on the audience to interpret what I meant. I was inferring
that whole time
cases where single men or gay men pursue adopting.
That's not what you said.
Buying a child via surrogacy.
Oh, that's not what you said.
Without a mother.
This is the backpedal to try and cope, but to still make herself right. She knows that she's wrong, and this is fucking. Ugh. Oh, you're not wrong, Tillian.
Involved in the process, and I do think that that's predatory, and it's predatory in the worst cases, of course, but in most cases just terrible for the child, because a man can never provide for a child what even an adoptive mom can,
but
because their brains are literally just not wired to be nurturing.
Okay, so
and then I said you'd be
bullshit. Oh my God. Neuro fucking scientist here. fucking knows exactly how males' brains are wired and how they fucking. Oh my God. You are dumb.
Taking the feminist / radical gender abolitionist position to protest the above points. This should explain why a dad simulator game marketed to mostly childless men gives people the creeps.
But I feel like so I guess I feel like there's a little bit of an issue here where you're talking about nurturing, but men aren't leaning into the nurturing for something like this. Maybe in this scene, but the point is protection, not nurturing, which
Correct.
isn't something inherent to men only after
Not that there's anything wrong with a man being nurturing. There's also nothing wrong with a man fucking being she's stupid.
They have kids. There's a reason why brothers are fiercely protective of their sisters, or why I guess the example that I always think of is
the brothers, they want to fuck their sisters. If that's how they act, if they want to be protecting their sisters, they actually just want to fuck them. If I wanted to protect my nieces, that's not what I'm actually wanting to do. The male brain tells us that I want to fuck them. She's so fucking dumb.
The reason why every dude on planet Earth thinks that if they were on a plane with a terrorist, that they would be the one to stop it, to protect the women and the children there, and they don't have to be their own children. I feel like you are having two different discussions with the people.
No, she's not having two different discussions. She's having the discussion that we're all having. She's coming to it from the most retarded point of view of all time.
In the comments there. And I do believe that men, maybe not at the same rate as women, eventually do come to feel a certain lack if they don't have kids and family. There's like a community note there. I can't rank it. I don't know how accurate it is. So I'm not.
The moment she realizes she got community noted, ladies and gentlemen, the moment, look at her eyes, the moment she realized she's being community noted.
I'm not going to reference it. I don't have the statistics on that, but men do yearn for families to have kids, which is a little bit different, given what the discussion you were having there with people.
I didn't even see the community note.
It says research shows childless men experience broodiness and desire for fatherhood nearly as often as childless women, 59% versus 63%. And men included, non-parents exhibit innate caregiving and protective responses to infants. So I think that the thing is, you were talking about nurturing.
No, she backpedaled in this description after it all was said and done. Right? She started going into the difference between the nurturing and the this and the that and trying to justify. That's all this was. Justification after justification after justification why she had such a retarded take. And she knows it. And that's the worst part about it, is that she's doubling down on it despite the fact that she knows that it's stupid. Stop dyeing your hair blonde, chick. It's doing damage. Let's take a listen. So this is Hassan Piker. I actually hadn't seen this, or I still haven't really seen it. But what Hassan Piker had to say in regards to the conversation.
In any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata, it's making 1,000 people suddenly want to start a family. You place Hugh as soldier, stranded on a ruined lunar research station. His job is protecting the childlike android Diana while fighting rogue AI. It's out already? Is it good? Isn't this like Death Stranding? In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So
now, look, I will say that's a little broad. Streamers, like, I've only really seen that first one was like, I don't like kids. I never wanted kids. She never actually said that this made her want kids, unless she says it later on. Yes, it's making some of the women that are playing this game all giddy, and it's also fucking just, I don't know, the guys that are attached to the character that they're playing or whatever, and they're seeing this little girl in there, and they're thinking, wow, this is kind of cool. I might want that in my real life. Not so that I can fuck it, so that I can parent it.
What's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why.
The incels like me. Like what a fucking cool guy said earlier. Jeremy said I couldn't fuck anyone, even though he didn't. Projection. Yes, that's fucking great point.
This has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually.
So you can't. Okay, so if you haven't experienced it, you can't emote anything. You can't feel anything for it. How stupid is that take? So when you're watching a movie, what's a good movie that gets you a bit emotional? The Green Mile. There's a good movie that gets you emotional. If you haven't experienced it, why are you getting emotional? You haven't sat in the electric chair. You've never actually physically met a man that you knew was innocent get executed.
Enjoy, right? If you're a fucking lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, if they changed hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of like, I don't know, Dr. Pepper or something, and you fucking freaked out about that, that makes sense, right? Like, that's precisely what your life is about. But as far as like LARPing about starting families and whatnot, this is something that I never understand.
Really? Well, I feel sad for you. I really do. As a grown man that has wanted a family for quite a long time and still doesn't have a family and still wants a family, I feel sorry for you that you've never felt the want to start a family. It's sad.
It just doesn't make any sense to me because it's just not something that you're going to experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right?
You want him to breed, really? Well, let's be real, Lethal. The answer to that is clearly no. But still, like, you know, I know that there are men out there that don't want kids, they don't want families, and that's fine. But I still feel sad for them. They don't actually want to do that. But I feel sad for him that he's never felt that. But he's using that as a gaslighting tool to basically say, like, all of you other people out there that are feeling those feelings are creepy and weird.
Also,
that's true.
I will say, Japanese game, putting a child in there, you're playing with fire. Okay? Don't get mad at me for saying this, but I feel like any Japanese game you put like a child, it's gonna invite maybe the worst possible fandom. You know?
I don't understand that reference. What's so wrong with Japan? What's so wrong with the Japanese and kids? Am I missing something? Projection again. Such a bad take from a commie. Yeah.
You know, I know it's not like that. I'm sure the game is not like that, but there will be people who take it like that.
I don't understand the reference. I'm sorry. I'm missing something. Is that it? I think that every Japanese person has more respect for other kids and other people's kids than you do, Hassan. Every single one of them. So that's Hassan Piker's stupid take on it. Let's have a listen to Asmund Gold reacting to Hassan talking about it.
Many circumstances, they don't even play these games. They just chirp about them.
Yeah, well, look, I haven't played the game. And I'm not even necessarily commenting on the game. I'm commenting or commentating on the reactions to this game. The what fucking Mary said, what you've said, and how retarded those thought processes are that you go through. Maybe. I got so many games that I still haven't even fucking turned on.
Oh yeah, who's talking of all the people?
Your actual thoughts were not even close to clipped. Every clip that went viral or quote image meme reframed your take as gamers to be incels universally.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's because what you
yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah, because exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's what you said.
Yes.
My friend sent me this exact clip of yours. He framed it as, why is Hassan talking down on lonely gamers who got inspired to have children? Isn't he supposed to help them become normal? I hate how much your haters twist your words. My friend is a good guy, and on the left too, but he keeps getting rage baited by these clips. He has agreed to watch a few streams with me.
Has it ever occurred to you that if you keep getting misunderstood in the same way, maybe it's not their fault? Like if everybody keeps misunderstanding you in the exact same way over and over, at a certain point you have to ask yourself, am I the problem?
Yep. And the answer to that question, we all know, Asmund Gold, is yes. And then Shu had a little bit to say about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a new can. I'm going to, hang on, I need to stop sharing so that I can unplug my headphones and reshare. And I'm just going to hit play while I go get a drink. It's crazy though that like it's kind of crazy that like even Shu and Asmund Gold are reacting to Hassan's take on it. I don't know if they've seen Mary's take on it. I think Mary's take is worse. Hassan's just stupid, and it almost feels like a troll. With the Mary one, it almost feels like she really truly does believe that, and that's weird and dangerous that she believes that, I think.
Oh, you want to meet a woman and settle down and have a family?
I'll be right back.
Maybe have a house,
I'm
2
listening.
dogs. You sick fuck. We've reached radioactive levels of incel propaganda. What the f does incel mean anymore? I feel like I ask this in every single video. This tweet got thousands of likes. I feel like I am going insane. Where does the incel part come from? Like, they want men to be open about their emotions, and then men are open about their emotions, and then they're just called Nazis or incels or both. Usually both. It's usually a package deal. And this tweet came from a man to make things worse. A grown-ass man saw another grown-ass man speaking about the normal human desire to want a family and want children one day, and called him an incel. Cockroach behavior.
In any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata, it's making thousands of people suddenly want to start a family. You place Hugh as soldier, stranded on a ruined lunar research station. His job is protecting the childlike android Diana while fighting rogue AI. In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the... All right, we need to pause again because I'm plugging my headphones back in, and we just need to do a quick reshare because as soon as you plug your headphones in, the audio stops. Gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. Thanks. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy, right? If you're a
We just heard all.
Why? It's just not something I never understand.
Wow, maybe there's a reason people are yearning to start a family and can't afford to have one and can't seem to find a partner. They feel alienated from their work and atomized from their community. If only there was a political commentator around to speak about all this. Oh well, guess not. First of all, the only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. Second of all, what is this nihilistic horseshit? You never aspire for anything, never aim for greatness and meaning. This is the dude the media wants us to believe is going to save young men from the alt-right pipeline. Yeah, okay. And I love how he's like, unfuckable losers. Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hassan. Something weird about a man who could easily consensually get sex from a woman but chooses to go to a brothel. I don't know. Just saying. Also, 35? No kids? Like, I'm sorry, that just pisses me off. Like, sitting in his ugly ass $600 Gucci sweater. I swear I've never seen this guy in a fucking normal ass t-shirt. Sitting on his high horse, looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept. Like, literally, no joke, the entire meaning of life is somehow confusing to Hassan Piker.
Yeah. Yep. Great take from Shu. And this is the thing. At least there are still some fucking normal people out there. The problem is that when you get somebody like Mary with her take or Hassan with his take, and you get the people out there that start agreeing with those takes, that's when things start to get bad. And these ultimate divides start happening. Let me get rid of all of these tabs because we're pretty much done with the Pragmata stuff. Mary, if I had any advice for you, it would be basically the same as fucking Jeremy right now. Take a step back, look at how stupid what you've said is, realize it, fucking take responsibility for it, and correct it. Correct it. I would be a hypocrite if I said that somebody couldn't actually be, essentially, for want of a better way, because it's the way that it's being said these days, educated and actually fucking some realization comes from that. Some truth actually gets revealed to you. Mad Dog says, Rhino, you're a twat. Sorry, I can't stay up, man. All good. And yeah, I'm a twat. I don't mind being retarded. Thank you for the super chat, Mad Dog. And thank you for the support from the other super chats today. Thank you very much.
R4. Prepare to jettison the spare part canisters.
Red 2, standing by.
Red 11, standing by.
Red 5, standing by.
Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil! From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you are lost!
My favorite.
Oh, Mozart, read that.
Mozart, don't let the American bitch.
Did you just fart?
Yes, I did. Tell you what to do.
I think it's bedtime, Mozart.
Question mark.
I think it's bedtime for Mozart. That's
You pushed so far.
that's the type of videos that we watch on fucking Happy Hump Day.
I can't pee. Oh my god.
It's the fucking best. Funniest thing that's happened. Mozza pushing a fart out of his ass. Hang on 1 second. Oh, trying to use the mouse with the left hand. This is so cool. Insert username says, the missus and I got the 12-week scan recently and saw the little fella forming up, and holy shit, it's life-changing seeing this life forming you've created. It's so awesome. Congratulations, dude. That's so sick. I want that. But see, that makes me creepy and weird. Predatory. For me to want kids. Because I'm the single white guy. Single straight white guy that wants kids. And it makes me weird and creepy and weird. Creepy. Tell you what, if fucking wanting kids makes you act like the quartering, then I don't want kids anymore. Then I don't want kids anymore. All right. Let's talk about some Star Wars, shall we? Fucking Star Wars. So we talked about it a little bit last week. The lead up to The Mandalorian and Grogu, their promotional stuff that they've been doing. It has been non-stop, by the way. And it makes you start to wonder, or at least it makes me start to wonder, how much is the marketing campaign on this movie? Like, dude, I heard what the budget was around the 170 million mark, I think. Hang on 1 second. Let me just check that really quickly. Mando and... Now, again, we can never trust what these reported budgets and everything are, but at least it gives us an idea. Yes, 166.4. It's very specific. 170 million. Dude, with all of these fucking things that they are doing, and I don't think that they're going to necessarily even sell a lot of merch this time. They're fucking, I mean, I think, I mean, look, I don't know all the equations. I'm not the smartest person when it comes to this. I feel like it probably, if that figure is around true with the marketing and everything that I've been seeing that they've been doing, I would say what it needs 450, 500 million just to break even. But I think that that's all it's going to make. Does this movie make $1 billion? No, I don't think it does. I don't think it even gets close. Now, again, I know that there's a lot of people out there that have been speculating between that 350 and 500, maybe 600 million, sort of in that sort of range, the $500 million range. And I think everybody's sort of been hovering around that. I mean, when they talked about the predictions of it only being 70 to 85 million or something like that opening weekend, that's telling. And then I also wanted to show this because this is really telling as well. Actually, I may as well share the audio. Not that we're sharing it on this particular one. The fucking trailer has bugged out basically at 4.3 million. 4.3 million views. What's the like? 4.3 million, 76 up, 76,000. Hasn't even hit 100,000 likes. To 8.2 dislikes. That's just that's an indication of the amount of interest, though. I swear, if we had the same amount of views on this that the Force Awakens trailer had, which petered out at 116 million or something like that views, 116 million, 116 million views, 4.3 million views. That shows the health of the brand. So even though it's in the positive, I can guarantee you, if this had the 100 million views that the Force Awakens fucking thing had, that'd still be at 76,000 up, and this would be at fucking 2.8 million down. I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. Crazy though that this trailer is completely petered out at the fucking 4 point. I looked at it earlier; it's still sitting at 4.2, so it's creeping slowly, real slow now. There's just no interest. They've killed Star Wars. Like, we'll get to the Maul stuff. So there's this. This is again fucking just. I don't know.
Check your armor, Mandalorian, because Grogu is ready for combat. This articulated life-size figure has been precisely crafted with realistic detail in mind. From the radiant...
He's ready for combat with his biscuit in his hand.
Warm eyes and textured skin to the tufts of soft white hair on the top of his head. Grogu also comes equipped with a bulk of new accessories, including a crossbody bag, the Beskar Rondel, both a large and small gravity charge, a blue snack, and finally a wrist shooter, perfectly sized for a foundling. Pre-order the Grogu life-size figure now at Sideshow.com.
Meme Copium, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. Stream got flagged during a live stream. Flagged by the AI? Like something happened with the AI again? Or was it like were they talking about Jeremy and something happened? Because there's two stories going on right now with what's going on with YouTube and channels being taken down and stuff. I'm assuming that you're talking more about it just being the AI stuff. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Saltysaurus Rex. Does anybody fucking care about this? It's the AI again. I wonder what happens if I fucking show a blaster. Yeah, he was talking about Jeremy. Well, fuck. Could be one or the other now. Yep, you're absolutely right. Nobody cares anymore. They have killed it. They really have killed it. And look, I was watching something and Jon Favreau was talking about season 1 of The Mandalorian. Yes, season 1. It's like saying The Force Awakens. It's like using The Force Awakens as your reference point. Yes, after a massive hiatus. Fucking Star Wars finally came back and we got The Force Awakens under Disney and everybody was excited. Of course everybody was going to be fucking excited. Of course that movie was going to make $2 billion. Of course. And then, yes, even with all of the shit of the sequel trilogy and Solo and all the crap that they'd already done, people had still had the hope and still gave them a chance with the first season of The Mandalorian, even though that was fucking garbage. Fucking go out and buy this fucking crap. Look at fucking armor plate. At least he's got his Beskar plate. The Mandalorian and Grogu is on track to have the biggest box office debut, 90 million to 100 million for characters that originated on Disney Plus. Like that. Did you like that? Let's twist it to the best of our ability, the way that we can to make it seem so fucking good. You know what the crazy part about this statement actually is? You know, no matter how much they make, no matter how much they make, it will be the biggest debut for any originated character from Disney Plus. Do you know why? Because we haven't had a Star Wars movie since Disney Plus was created. So of course this movie is going to be the biggest debut for any characters created from Disney Plus because we haven't had any fucking movies. It's the stupidest fucking cope twist to put on any fucking story. This whole post is fucking bullshit. Trying to create hope and not even hope, trying to create hype from absolute garbage narrative point of views. The only reason why it's going to be the biggest debut for characters that originated on Disney Plus is because it's the first ever movie created with characters originated from Disney Plus. Oh my God. Absolute bullshit, but nice try. Yeah. I'm surprised that nobody actually recognizes this in this post. I wanted to see if anybody in the chat, in the comments, actually has said, like, dude, it's the only movie with characters originated on Disney Plus, with characters in it that originated on Disney Plus. Oh my God. Maybe I might retweet that and just say that. We'll keep moving though. I might do it later. Wow, that's bad. Star Wars and Disney. Oh, well, that doesn't surprise me. Which is best? The original trilogy gets 48%. The prequel trilogy even got a nice whopping 47%. Sequel trilogy got 1%, and the holiday special got a 4%. And these people out there, we watched them last week. There are people out there that think that The Mandalorian and Grogu is going to make $2 billion. 2! Not even just 1. I don't even think it's got a chance of making even 1. But these people think that it's going to make 2. And they're saying the same thing. Like, one of them was saying that the reason why they think that it can make $2 billion is because look at the hiatus we had between the prequel trilogy and the sequel trilogy, and look at the $2 billion that The Force Awakens made. Well, now we've had another 7-year gap. Everybody's antsy and wanting more Star Wars. Well, at least he thinks so, because that's how he is. He gets all giddy about new Star Wars, and he thinks everybody else out there is thinking that same emotion. So now he thinks that it can make $2 billion because, you know, people will just come, dude, you're taking every single little piece of nuance and context away from what's happened over the last 10 years. And you're thinking that we're still back then. It's weird. Less than 500 million at best. I thought you were going, Mad Dog. For $10. He says, is it gay I bought an iPad just to read comics? Ask Mary. She probably thinks that you're gay just to do that. And books I read through third compendium of Invincible. Sorry, hang on. Let me to read comics and books I read through third compendium of Invincible, and now listen to Fire and Blood. I know the story, but just finally reading the source. I don't think that there's anything gay about that at all. At all, in fact. I want to actually get the Invincible books, all 3 of those compendiums. I want to get them all. I've heard that it doesn't end well, but I'm willing to go through it. From what I've seen from the show so far, despite its flaws and despite its problems, I have enjoyed it. Fire and Blood, like the thing is, like there's nothing wrong with like even with the Lord of the Rings. I watched the Lord of the Rings movie before I read the books, and then I read the books, realized what they left out. Didn't necessarily like. I thought, dude, you probably should have had that in the movie. But anyway, the fact that they didn't have it in the movie did not change my thoughts on it. I still think it's one of the best, if not arguably the best trilogy of all time. For me, it's a little bit hard because it does come up against the Star Wars one. It's like those two are always 1 and 2. It just depends on where you want to put them. 1 and 2. I'd put fucking Back to the Future trilogy up in the like at least the top 5 of trilogies. But then going back and reading them, it's the same as Harry Potter. Watch the Harry Potter movies and then listen to all the audiobooks. Listen to them multiple times, in fact. In fact, one of my favorite Harry Potter books is the Quidditch, the World Cup Quidditch book or whatever. I can't remember the exact name of it. I actually really like that book. Anyway. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah. Those things are so fucking big. Massive. So we talk like, yeah, just goes to show again the strength of the brand of Star Wars. Like, you know, fucking nobody even really wants to talk about Star Wars. Every time you bring up Star Wars, you're watching a stream. You could be watching fucking Friday Night Tights and Star Wars comes up and everybody's just like, oh, we've got to talk about it. We do because it's fucking out there. It's happening. We've got to obviously cover it. Nobody really wants to talk about it. I know Flash, certainly. We all know Flash doesn't want to fucking talk about Star Wars, and that's fair enough. I mean, even I would much rather talk and go through all that Pragmata stuff on Flashcast than talk about anything Star Wars right now. It's more enjoyable. It's more funny for me to have a laugh and be insulted by Mary's fucking takes than it is for me to like get any enjoyment even out of hate watching or anything Star Wars. I've been thinking about reading the Lord of the Rings books. Yeah, I do recommend them. I really, really do. They're good. The thing for me is it's audiobooks for me. I'm not the best reader. I've got bad dyslexia, which some of you already know. Like and if you are new here, you'll eventually come across me with a super chat where I'll either have a massive pause because my brain has a fart, or I will completely replace a word with another word and then go back and realize that I fucked that up so badly. And then it's embarrassing. It really is. But I've got pretty bad dyslexia. So for me, it's audiobooks. But like, it wasn't even easy for me to get into the audiobook side of things. Like, obviously, it started with a lot of Star Wars Expanded Universe books. But then as I was sort of thinking about it, I'm like, I mean, I really like Lord of the Rings. You kind of listen to Gary talk about Lord of the Rings in the books and stuff. And, you know, or some conversations that take place about what they were missing in the movies or anything like that. Going back and then listening to them, pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking good. And some of those audiobooks, man, and their production value, you know, you can really get sort of immersed with some sound effects and stuff. Some books, there are some Star Wars books out there as well that they overdo it too much with some of those sound effects and shit. And they might be a little bit too overpowering and too loud, whereas like the narrating that's happening over the top is like a little bit drowned out. There can be a little bit of that. But no, I highly recommend reading the Lord of the Rings books. Look, I recommend the Harry Potter books are great too. They get better as the characters get a bit older. And then there's just the Star Wars Expanded Universe books right now. I did start reading, like I did read Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, and that only happened after watching the 3rd episode. That was a nice, quick, easy book to read through. Very enjoyable. But yes, highly recommend the Lord of the Rings audiobook and the Harry Potter. But also, too, with the Harry Potter ones, not just the audiobooks, but these full cast books that they've been coming out with, they've been really good too. They've been really enjoyable too. Let's continue, shall we? What's this next one? So, yeah, I just want to go back to this and say that this post is a completely pointless post. It actually is trying to build hype out of absolutely nothing because the premise of the argument here is flawed. The Mandalorian and Grogu will feature a new planet named Shikari. Shikari? It is inspired by Prohibition era Chicago. Martin Scorsese's character resides and operates a food truck selling sandwiches there. We saw him in the trailer. The Prohibition? Chicago era? The Prohibition era in Chicago. I'm just so sick of like the trying to relate these movies and shows to like, what did they say about was it the Mandalorian and Grogu? It's going to be like Frozen in this setting. Or it's going to be like fucking Lord of the Rings and How I Met Your Mother in this setting. Like, I'm just sick of that. Can we just have it being Star Wars in a Star Wars setting? Yes, I'm not saying that you can't grab inspiration and stuff from certain situations or certain scenarios or certain things that happen. But the fact that you fucking feel it necessary that this is good promotion and this is going to just, it's the Prohibition era from Chicago. Fucking, dude, I don't even know what that fucking means. I'm sorry. I might be completely naive and completely retarded, but that means nothing to me. And based on what I saw about Martin Scorsese's character, it's a cameo that's retarded. That's supposed to or designed to apparently make you laugh. I also love, like, you know, he sells food trucks. He sells sandwiches out of a food truck. You know, I love the real concepted stuff, like things from the real world. No, not that I don't even know how you would replace that. And I know it's only trying to give you a description of what it is, right? But it's kind of like in, what was it? Was it the Book of Boba Fett? Or was it, no, it was the last season of The Mandalorian, where they said, grab the steering wheel on the spaceship. On the spaceship, they said, grab the steering wheel. Grab the wheel. Not take the controls. Not even grab the joystick, which is fucking stupid as well. It's more so in the Star Wars universe, it's take to the controls or get to the controls or take over the controls or something like that. But no, take the steering wheel. Season 3 was horrible. So was Season 1. So was Season 2. So was Book of Boba Fett. So was Obi-Wan Kenobi. So was The Acolyte. So was Andor. So was all of it. All of it. There's got problems with all of it. Yes, you might have different tiers. This one's better than this one. This one's better than that one. This one's better than that one. As soon as you put it into the Star Wars universe, all of it's fucking garbage. Garbage. Grogu, take the wheel. Oh, you forgot Ahsoka. Ahsoka was garbage. Thank you. Ahsoka wasn't just garbage, it was destructive to not only fucking George's canon and, you know, the expanded universe and stuff like that, but its own. But Disney Star Wars' own fucking canon. Just like nearly everything else. The fucking, this fucking last fucking thing of Maul. Now, this is something I think we talked a little bit about last week, and I'm not going to really, you know, hang on this too long. It seems a return to Star Wars could be being the operative word there, I think. That should be big, bold letters. Could be on the cards for Gina Carano following what she said with a really nice conversation with Lucasfilm. So I think it's pretty basic. She had a conversation with fucking Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni after the settlement. I think that it would be a really bad idea for her to go back to a dying brand. I know that she loves the character. I think her character is actually flawed. Not her portrayal of the character and what she was given, I guess, fine, right? And I'm not saying that she's not a decent actor. You know, she's fine. She's good. And I like Gina, you know, from what I obviously don't know her personally, but I like Gina as a person. She's got a good moral compass on her, right? But I just don't think the character is all that great. I think there's problems with the backstory of the character, which I've gone over in detail. But why would you? Why would you go to a dying brand, first of all, just to renew your character? Hey, Rhino, you know you are a YouTube featured. Good job, my man. I didn't know that. That's cool. Hello. I don't exactly know what that means. Is that like being like kind of like how Rumble puts you on like the front page or something, or your rating, like it just puts you higher up in some of the algorithm or something? I appreciate that. See, I'm a little naive when it comes to this stuff. I'm a little dumb myself, but at least I can admit it. So, Gina, I know you're not going to ever hear this. Don't do it, though. Please don't do it. And the thing is, the thing that would sort of piss me off the most is like after your firing and everything, there were people out there that said that they're done with Star Wars because of that. And that kind of pissed me off a little bit as well, because they weren't done because of the damage that they did to Obi-Wan Kenobi, or they weren't done because of the damage that they've done to this part of the canon or this part of the lore or anything like that, but they were done when they fired you. It had nothing to do with the actual content, the reason why they were done. It had to do with the way that the studio treated one of their employees, one of their actors. It had not that they're wanting to get out of the Star Wars universe and be like, that's all bullshit, that's all garbage, it's all crap. Had nothing to do with the actual content that they were being shown, if that makes sense. And then you come back to it, and then all of these people come back, and then all of a sudden Star Wars is great again. Fuck, man. I could still sit there and say I like Gina Carano even if she went back, I like Gina Carano as a person. I think she made a mistake. I could have that opinion. And I could still think that her character is absolute garbage while still respecting her as a person. Moving right along. Sam Weaver says they didn't want to make Maul Shadow Lord about Maul. Well, just going around and hunting people. Let's take a listen. You guys still got audio? Let me know.
Tell me a bit about the process of actually finding and developing that story from scratch.
I don't even know if I knew how to play him at first. I know Maul pretty damn well, and we had to experiment with a lot of tonal things. I don't mean just my vocal tone. I mean like the tone of the entire show. What you don't want to do, you don't want to make a show where he's just going around and hurting people. That's a bummer even for Darth Maul fans. What you want to see is a show that has some complexity, where characters are challenged. Some of them rise to the challenge, and some of them do not. You want drama. You want internal conflict. And Maul, I think, is a great character for internal conflict. He is very, very conflicted, regardless of the fact that the dark side tends to win out more often than not. It's a harder show to make than any of us thought it would be. We really, really had to put our heads together and figure out how you achieve this.
It's interesting that you guys didn't put your heads together and actually go, this is a bad idea. I mean, Maul should never have even come back, to be fair. But the thing that I want to say in regards to this, I'll figure it out. I'll tell you what the other one was, because I can't remember now, and I should have written it down, and it's my bad for not actually doing that. At the tail end of this last episode, they did 2 episodes a week. This last episode from this week, there were 2 retcons that I noticed straight away. Like, I'm like, oh, they've just retconned that. And I was actually going to video it and fucking put it up. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure there was 2. But the first main one, I mentioned it earlier, but seeing as we are talking sort of more so about this in depth now, they retconned Maul's motivation, basically. And the thing that now doesn't make sense is that in Rebels, he still just wants revenge over, he wants revenge from Obi-Wan. He wants to take his revenge out on Obi-Wan. But in this show, which takes place after the events of obviously him being chopped in half, all the events of the Clone Wars and his return and all of that stuff, this takes place after that, but before Rebels and before he gets killed by Obi-Wan and he goes on his revenge spree. So up until this show, he's been all he's wanted was revenge regarding the Obi-Wan Kenobi stuff. Then in this show, he goes through fucking trips out and fucking, has these forced dreams or something while he's escaping. Actually, I might go back and quickly just check it while we're streaming, because I might remember the second one, because I think it was in there that yes, it was. I've just remembered it. Awesome. So we'll get to that in a second. Oh, that's a really bad one too. It's a really bad one. But yeah, so after this vision and everything that he has, he realizes that the real person that he wants to get revenge over is the Emperor. So, based on where we know Maul actually dies in Rebels, this has been his story that we know without the gaps being filled in from everything, all the information that we have. And this is where the second retcon comes into play. When he was born in the Plagueis novel, and they forced this in so that it would connect to the Clone Wars. I'm pretty sure that's right. Maul's mum gave Maul to Sidious while he was a baby, very young age, right? Had him tattooed and gave him over because the Night Sisters would do something to him. Something. I can't remember the exact details. It's a great book, but I don't. That was an additive into the Plagueis novel. To, again, like I said, connect, I believe it was, to the Clone Wars. Am I right, OG, in what I'm saying here? Actually, I might see if I can bring this up. Is it going to show it, though? Disney Plus. So sorry. Let me, while this is coming up. So fucking gets given to Sidious as a baby in normal, real canon, real fucking everything that they've done. Then Sidious actually keeps him from Plagueis until the time is right to bring him up to try and start using him to do some of their things that they don't want to be revealed doing, while also still trying to hide Maul being a dark side user, or at least a Sith Lord, or like whatever. In fact, Plagueis doesn't even want him to be a Sith Lord. He just wants him to be one of their, like a bit of a, like a bounty hunter for them, right? Just does their fucking work. Trying to be that shadow, basically. Then, obviously, we see what happens in The Phantom Menace. He gets chopped in half. Then in the Clone Wars, he gets his spider legs from the garbage people, and his hatred and his revenge, or want for revenge, towards Obi-Wan Kenobi is what keeps him alive, apparently. Right? That keeps him alive, but he goes crazy in the process of all of that. Savage Press finds him, takes him back to Dathomir, the Night Sisters with their dark magic, bring him back and make him sane again. But all he wants, and the fury in him, is all the revenge for Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's it, right? But then, now with this new context that we've got, take away the mum giving the baby Maul to Sidious. Sidious just shows up, and Savage is the one whispering in his ear, "Don't go with him. Don't go with him. Don't go with him." And then Sidious just comes and takes him away with him. So there's a retcon there. Now, don't get me wrong, they decanonize the expanded universe, which includes Plagueis, but it's pretty crazy that they do something like that when that book actually does cross over with the Phantom Menace in such detail as well. Right? But they retcon. This is Dave Filoni, ladies and gentlemen. He put that in so that it fits in with his Clone Wars, and then he retcons it in this show. How, as a fan, are you supposed to have continuity in your own fucking brain when they can't even keep continuity in what they're showing you? And nobody picks up on it because they literally fucking Star Wars theory. This is you. Your brain doesn't function when it comes to Star Wars. In fact, you'll use headcanon to fill in gaps, but you won't even use your head to see right in front of you what the problems actually are. It's crazy. It's fucking insane. In fact, the way that you fake Star Wars fans act is actually insulting to a real Star Wars fan, because that's not how real Star Wars fans act. We react in shock and awe when the shock and awe is relevant. We don't reveal in shock and awe because I am your father means that everything Star Wars is supposed to be shocking in every fucking moment. Oh my God, the lightsaber's red, the lightsaber's blue. Oh my God, I know that that's Cobb Vanth. Oh my God. Fucking stupid. I don't even want to go and see fucking Mandalorian and Grogu in the theaters because I don't want to be sitting next to you fake fucks that will react in such stupid, retarded ways. I can't show this. So in the matter of like literally fucking 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes of that last episode, 2 retcons. One from technically their own canon, even though the book that the story is actually from is a part of the expanded universe and technically decanonized, but it was put into that book to connect with the Clone Wars, which is Dave Filoni's Star Wars, which is still canon. Surprise, surprise, that the only thing that didn't get decanonized in amongst the decanonization of 2014 or whenever the fuck it was, the only thing that wasn't decanonized was the Dave Filoni garbage. So you had Maul's backstory decanonized and changed. And what was the other thing? Now I'm forgetting the other thing. First thing that I was actually mentioning. I don't know. It's just stupid. The show, you can see what they're doing. This, if they haven't already announced it, they already announced the second season. I think they have, haven't they? Basically, by the end of this season, they're going to be getting off this planet, and that's it. It wouldn't surprise me now if they're going to do fucking more than just 2 seasons of this show. Yep, exactly. Decanonized for thee and not for me. Yep. It's just crazy to me that they actually forced that into the Plagueis novel. They forced it into the Plagueis novel for Dave Filoni, basically. And then he goes and retcons it. The first chance he fucking gets. The first chance he gets. He fucking the Tales of the Jedi, if you don't know. Retcons Ahsoka's own book. Disney's own fucking book. One of the reasons why they decanonized the expanded universe is because they want one consistent, linear fucking timeline. Through the books, the comics, the shows, the movies, everything that they did, the games, everything was just going to be canon and everything was going to be a part of the story and a part of the timeline. Because it wasn't like that before. Because, you know, when you decanonize the canon, you know, it gives people justification to say that it was never canon, even though you decanonize something. The words have meaning. I don't know what the meaning is, but they do. Decanonize. No, it was never canon. It's never canon. They would never fucking bother even announcing a decanonization if it was never canon. Why would they bother? Anyway. Yep. I mean, fuck. I think it's pretty obvious to me, and I know he's arguably worse for Star Wars than Kathleen Kennedy ever was, and that's a big call. Or maybe not worse for Star Wars. He's done more damage to Star Wars than Kathleen Kennedy's done. The crazy thing is he hasn't even just done damage to George's Star Wars. He's done damage to his own apparent canon. I mean, the whole fucking day, the whole fucking Thrawn thing. You know, it's pretty crazy that we do have that clip. It's pretty crazy that we do have that clip of Dave Filoni that I use all the time. Where is it? I've got it saved. I've got it bookmarked. Of course I've got it bookmarked. Why wouldn't I? He's such a fucking faggot.
Always lean towards if we're going to create something, we should check and see if it existed already to the fans, because it has way more value if we bring that in. And it's like, why would I just replace it with something new? So if we're going to do an admiral, if we're going to do a big military leader, yeah, I could create a new guy, sure. But what about Thrawn? Thrawn is great. Thrawn is a character we all know. Thrawn has a lot of credibility. True. So then you ask yourself, is it right to use him And can we use him in a way that's similar to the books?
All right, that's a good
Or
point.
are we using him and it's going to go completely into left field? And there have been times when we wanted to use things from the EU, and I was like, yeah, but we can't use it that way. So why? I don't want to use it and change it. You know, I don't want to use it and
make it something completely
make
different.
it something completely different. That's rude.
That's rude. That's rude. He's from his own words. So I'd love to know, between the time of doing this interview, Dave, and you doing it, like what changed? Because now you don't care about making it something that it's not. You don't care about being rude. And that's clear based on the fact that even in this, you're specifically talking about Thrawn, and then you bring Thrawn in and you cuck him and you make him a complete buffoon. Not that intelligent. You know, the character can only be as smart as its writer, and you are retarded. So you made one of the most intelligent characters within the entirety of the Star Wars universe and made him a dummy. You made him stupid. You made him really stupid. No more evident than the line at the end of this clip.
You'd better put a chick in it. And make it fucking gay as fuck.
Going somewhere?
And I want it lame!
Put her on a path of her own choosing, so that no matter which direction she takes, we'll always be one step ahead of her. What?
That is so lame!
Put her on a path of her own choosing, and no matter which way she takes, will always be one step ahead of her. A line written by a dude that thinks he's really, really fucking great and really fucking smart and thinks that that's so profound. And all it did was made the character look stupid and retarded. Dave, I would love an explanation on how tracking fobs work, please. I would love a diagram or any sort of fucking piece of lore or information, canon, that you can give me on how a tracking fob actually works. How a tracking fob detects its fucking whatever it's tracking. What's the receiver? Not the receiver. What's the transmitter? If you can explain that to me, please, that'd be great. You fraud. The most disrespectful person to Dave Filoni since Kathleen Kennedy. Dave Filoni. Sorry. Whoa, what? The most disrespectful to George Lucas since Kathleen Kennedy is Dave Filoni. Never a step ahead. It was never even a character. Because he wasn't actually a character. He was literally there for this. And I say this.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
That's right. Fuck off, Disney, you fucking cunts. All right, we do have a seal of the week. It's kind of a little bit of a reversal, but we'll fucking use it anyway. Again, last week it was Jacob. We've only got the one. Mike Hill. I know you're still here in the chat. Dude, what's going on? We were talking about it in DMs. It's like, I've got no seals of the week. Why can't I find fucking seals? He's like, he's sort of saying the same thing, like less. And it just goes to show how much interest is out there and how much the people out there that are liking sort of Star Wars aren't even necessarily posting because they just get made fun of because it's all fucking crap. Anyway, Here we go. I want to see the steel clapping emojis in the chat, members. Get the clapping emoji in the chat. Become a member today. Do it.
I'm all the Jedi.
Just quickly, there's been obviously a bit of hacking and shit going on. Go to this is OG Star Wars' new Twitter. I think I need to go there too, actually, now that I think about it. Where is that link? Yes, I do. Follow back. There you go. Go and give OG Star Wars a follow. Get that Twitter back up and running. Help her out. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, seal of the week. This week, we have the one, the only. The one, the only Sawyer. So the Sean here says, all right, I want everyone to either say something positive about their least favorite Star Wars project or a critic, is that right? Of their favorite or a critic of their favorite. See? I'm stupid too. But then Sawyer says, and like, again, you're saying something positive or negative, I guess. Anyway, the Acolyte could have benefited from, this is the thing. She's saying that it's a bad thing. Anyway, let me read it. The Acolyte could have benefited from 12 one-hour episodes instead of 8 30-minute ones we got. The reason why she's saying this is because essentially that's more than double the amount of time that we had. She would have got her first and second season out of the first season. And trust me, we all would not have benefited, and especially Disney would not have benefited from, 4 more episodes and half an hour more per episode plus the 4 extra hours. Dude, what are you talking about? That's why I don't need another nominee for this week's Seal of the Week. You guys are all going to vote for her, aren't you? She is just this week's winner of Seal of the Week. Congratulations, Sawyer. You are just as retarded as every other Disney Star Wars seal. Congrats. We gotta get the polls going again, don't we? Don't we? That is pretty much it though, guys. Good stream. Good stream for like new time slot, new day. We got a great chat here right now. Lurkers. There's plenty of you out there. I know there is. We got 70 people here. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for the super chats to everyone that supported the stream today. I appreciate all of you. To the members, you guys are the best. To the people that do come and rewatch the stream as well, thank you. I love the support. You guys are fucking brilliant. I love it. This weekend, Flashcast, obviously going to be on Rumble. And I believe there is going to be the crossover Rumble YouTube, and then we go to Rumble for a little bit or something like that. You know, the good thing is soon we will actually have to talk about Star Wars on Flashcast. I won't even be the one to bring it up. It'll just have to be talked about because it's relevant. And I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. Let's see. Actually, before we go anywhere, let's see if there's someone we can raid. What do you guys think of the new day and new time slot? I think it's great. Again, we're not flooded and surrounded by a heap of other people, at least in our corner of the internet streaming and stuff like that. Or Melvin is streaming right now. What is he doing though? Hang on. How long's he been streaming for? He's been streaming about the same time as me. Wow. Did we start at the same time? I didn't really like that then. But it is still a way better time slot than... I'm sorry, I can't avoid it. I only get 1 day off a week, unfortunately. Let's see. Let's just go to live. The thing is I'll raid fucking Knights of Melvin, and I would, but he'll probably be ending soon. All right, I think we might just raid Mr. Burger. No, you know what we're going to do? We're going to raid the Burnt Peanut. We're going to raid the Burnt Peanut just because I love the dude. We're going to raid the Burnt Peanut. He's got 50,000 people watching. We're going to add our 70. You reckon? Let me just go here. Sorry, guys. I'm coming back. I'll be there in just a second. Let me just add this in here. Who doesn't love the Burnt Peanut? Why didn't that work? He's live. Okay. Copy. Paste. That's better. Oh, I can't raid him. He doesn't have raid function on YouTube. Oh, that sucks, Peanut. All right. We're going to raid... Where'd he go? We'll raid Mr. Burger. He's only been going for an hour, just under an hour. So he'll still be going for a little bit longer. Mr. Burger, here we come. That's better. He does have it activated. I could probably understand why Peanut doesn't. Nicholas Horton for a 1 month member chat. Thank you. Says YouTuber Darth Angelus, I know this channel, is doing Thrawn better. I agree. Where's he up to in regards to all of that? I haven't been there for a while. I like to have like a couple to watch. It's better that way. Great time slot. Awesome. Rumble. Huh? Thank you for the stream, Rhino. You guys are welcome. Thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out. You guys are the best. There's OG's Twitter again. Check it out. Thank you. Let me just make sure we're all caught up. There we are. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next week. Same channel, same bat channel, same time, all that shit. What am I saying? I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing now. See you on Flashcast on the weekend. And yeah, awesome. Peace.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
Put a ticket in and make a name gay!
I like to get into a vibe. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So we'll get into it. We'll discuss it all. You know, the truth is, it sort of is what it is. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
What are you talking about? A few minutes? Are you kidding? At the rate they're gaining?
No, what is it? You have to shoot this. Traveling through hyperspace is like dusting, ain't like dusting crops, kid. Without precise calculations, we fly too close to a store. They're bounce into a supermarket and then...
Yeah.
Be a hell of a mess.
What's that?
Watch. We're losing the deflector shields. Go strap yourselves in. Be careful on the way out.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking very cautious.
You go away. Bounce too near a supermarket.
Insert username for 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. You're a legend. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off, Disney! You fucking cunt!